guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at these bad boys right here, Trunks and Goten. Now, this unit is good, right? Let's get that out of the way first. They are a good unit. They just have quirks in their designs that are very annoying. Let's go ahead and give them the Rainbow Star. We'll also Dokkan Awaken them to their TUR. I didn't really... Okay, so I gave them a bit of dodge, but the dodge is mainly just from the equips, right? I mean, they're getting... Is this a level 3 or 4 they're getting right here? I think that's... They're getting 4 dodge. They're getting 9 dodge from equips right there, right? Plus our 3 dodge that I like to give units. So, you know, giving them a nice spread like this will be helpful. This unit does want to dodge to get extra attack and defense, so I think having that there could generate more stats for them overall, which could be good. I mean, I kind of like that. 15 addition, 11 crit, 12 dodge. Like, you know, they got a decent chance of doing pretty much everything there, which is pretty good. Let's now go ahead and Dokkan Awaken them, and then I will link level them as well. And we'll test out how good this banner unit Trunks and Goten can be at link level 10 Rainbowed. I'm not a fan of them dropping, like, dude, the Dokkan Fest Trunks and Goten, the same named character, is only a year old. Like, that unit is looking really good. Like, they're fine. They didn't... I don't know. I don't like this decision. They could have done a little bit better, I think, here. I don't know. Alright, guys. So we're here in an event with the Trunks and Goten. Now, even though they have a bit of a quirk to their design, which it just... I don't know. To me, it feels like a lot of times it's going to be just unfun to run them because of it. This whole, like, dodge and slot 1 shenanigans. And despite the fact that there is, I think, a better version, the Dokkan Fest version, I think, is probably better. I do think this unit potentially could help sometimes in certain events, in certain situations. So, the way this unit works, right, is that they get a big, you know, start of turn buff, 150% attack and defense. Then they get extra attack and defense with every attack they do, and then every attack they dodge. They also get extra attack and defense if there's a Vegeta on the team, so we do have that. And then in slots 2 and 3, they get a 50% chance to additional super. So if we would do this turn right here and super attack, they get a 50% chance to dodge after they attack. But this inherently is the problem with this unit, and units with this same design, like AGL Birder, is if you want to be in slot 1 and you don't get dodge until after you attack, then any attacks that occur before they go, they can't dodge. So it's just a design, like, flaw that's at odds with each other. Janemba, LR Janemba, does not have the same issue because he is able to guard in slot 1, right? If Janemba had to attack before he guarded, he would be awful, right? But he's able to guard before he attacks, which really, really helps him out quite a bit. So, alright, let's just see what we get right here. I think I'm gonna, so, in terms of their links, too, Innocence, Super Saiyan, Prodigies, Budding Warrior, the Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. Here's one other issue with this unit. They want you to use them with Vegeta, but they don't necessarily work well with Vegeta. They have Super Saiyan and Fierce Battle. That's it. Majin Vegeta would have worked. You know what Link would have unironically been way better on him than over in a Flash? Saiyan Lineage. Because Tech Ultimate Gohan's got it, AGL Trunks has got it, and Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku has got it. Only one of the most busted units in the game's history, right? So it's like, if you gave Majin Vegeta Saiyan Lineage, he instantly works way better with all the best units on his team right now, and then even this Trunks and Goten as well. We can put this Gohan in slot 1 right there. This is what we want to do. This will give us a little bit of extra links activated so we can see them hit with a higher attack stat. Remember that not only do they get the 50% chance to dodge in slot 1, but they would also get 50% defense from being in slot 1 as well. And then their super attack effect is 30% attack and defense for 1 turn. So let's go and see what we do right here. We're in a fairly solid rotation for them. You know, we got a lot of their best links activated besides only Saiyan Lineage and Prodigies. Those are the 2 links that are not active. So see the damage that this banner unit Trunks and Goten are able to put up. I think the unit is okay, but they certainly, you know, would have been... I think there's an easy way this unit could be fixed. And that's, yeah, 2.89 on this rotation. Dude, they suck. Oh my god. Like, it's like, yeah, we can build them up all day and they'll look good, but if that's what they're doing turn 1, no, sir. They're just not worth the run. They're not good enough. They're a unit that's, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be good enough to run in most situations. Again, you could very easily get an out-of-context, like, screenshot on Twitter or some shit. Oh my god, look at this defensive stat. But it's like, where are you running them? Legendary Vegeta event, I guess? Right? Like an Infinite Dragon Ball History or something like that? Like, it would have to be something like that, right? In order to make them sort of, like, work at their best. I don't know. Hopefully they can, like, if they get their dodges in and their attacks in, they'll look a lot better. We'll definitely make sure to get a run where we fully build them up. I'll try and get their dodges in and stuff like that. You know, again, that would have to happen in, like, a legendary Vegeta event run. Why don't, I think after this run, we're going to go right there. Okay, so this is probably, like, pretty much, like, the best type of turn they could have. So we have support from both ends, including every link activated except for Prodigies right here. So we're up to 231k. That's with 1 attack. Right, so essentially, they need to do 5 attacks and dodge 5 times to build up their full passive. Right now, they've done 1 attack and 0 dodges. So you can see that their stats certainly could go way up. Now, here will be an example of where we could build them up. So, Majin Vegeta's first attack, they would eat. But then they'd have a 50% chance to dodge the 2 attacks after they would attack, which, you know, is definitely solid. Okay, so let's see what they do right here. After this, I'm just going to, you know, cut the foreplay. Let's just go into, like, the legendary GT Goku event, I think. We'll let them try and build up. We'll let them try and dodge, get that full passive, sort of see what they're able to do. I'm running them on Majin Vegeta's 200% team, of course. As of right now, I don't feel a lot of incentive running these characters in other teams, right? If I'm going to utilize these characters in showcases that are on a 200% team, we're using them on the 200% team, right? That's the best team. That's the team you would want to run. So there's the attack set that they got right there. Again, still just not as impressive as I would like. Let's go into the GT Goku event. Probably a similar build and try and have them really build up. Alright guys, so we're going into our second run, and guess what time it is? Time to get the double, like, Majin Vegeta. Dude, no matter what, every video now, I don't know what has this always been a thing? Has this happened for every video I've ever done ever, and I just haven't noticed it? But every video now, like, I swear, I am not, like, I just hop in, and then this is what happens, man. Alright, the good news, right? So this is, I'm glad we got this turn right here. So we'll see Trunks and Goten in a very minimalistic situation. The rest of the team, as you guys can see, is filled up with the characters that are going to work good with them. But we, of course, just end up with both of the leaders in the goddamn first rotation. We have got a good spot right here to be able to get some dodges. Remember, we have to get 5 dodges in order to get Trunks and Goten up to their max. They have to do 5 attacks and 5 dodges. So they're there. So they're at a 2 million attack stat. Defense incredibly low in this kind of bad situation. It seems... Okay, that's good. Beautiful. So we got 30% attack and defense from our 1 attack and then the 2 dodges. So we're at, you know, basically 3 out of the 10 things we need to happen for them to be at their full power. This Goten is their best friend, so let's go ahead and push him off rotation. That Goten, by the way, the one thing that's always hurt him has just been raw stats, right? I think this Goten should actually look quite a bit better on the 200% leader skill. Remember that, you know, a lot of characters, you know, a character, for example, that really could use the stats would be Majin Vegeta himself, or LR Grade 8 Vegeta. These are the types of characters who, they look much better when they're on a 200% lead, because it's just like the way they're built, they really do rely upon these raw stats. Okay, this is a shitty turn right here, because we're not actually going to be able to get the dodges in, unfortunately. We do have some support now. They're up to 225k. Again, remember, they get the 30% super attack buff, you know, for both attack and defense when they super attack. So let's see what we get right here. Remember that Trunks is giving 40% to Hybrid Saiyans, which, of course, Trunks and Goten are. So they're up to 3 million. So this is an additional attack. So they've now done 2 attacks, and they have 2 dodges. So, I don't know. I guess I was going to cut maybe until they get, like, fully built up and stuff like that, but there's probably no need for that. We'll just keep going naturally. We could keep an eye on this. this physical Trunks as well. I know a lot of people have really wanted to see the physical Kid Trunks at a 200% leader skill. You know, we can kind of get some preliminary footage. I probably will do one on him. I did one on AGL Goten when the 7th anniversary LRs came out, because remember, AGL Goten was already on a 200% leader skill because he was on Movie Heroes and Kamehameha. Well, now Trunks has got access to one of these teams as well. What's funny is AGL Goten actually has 2 separate 200% leader skills, not one, right? Because that AGL Goten, let me just double check that I'm not spewing bullshit here, but I believe the AGL Goten, he is on both, right? He's on Movie Heroes and Majin Buu Saga. I don't think any unit in the game should be on both Movie Hero and Buu Saga, but back in the day, they kind of just gave it, yeah, AGL Goten is on both Buu Saga and Movie Hero and Kamehameha and Gift Warriors. So he has 2 separate 200% teams that he's getting buffs from. All right, really crazy rotation right here. Look at this. So just with the Goten, we have those 5 links active. We have Innocence, Super Saiyan, Budding Warrior, Saiyan Lineage, and Fierce Battle all activated. Sure, let's go ahead and have them right here in slot 1. It looks like it's going to be another turn where we're not really going to be able to build up their dodges, though, unfortunately. Up to 284k is okay. It's solid. Again, I'm sorry. I can't really just go, wowie, zowie. They're so good defensively, because it's like, that's just not enough, right? Like, yeah, you need, like, sort of, like, higher defense than this, and then dodge, damage reduction, guard, something, right? Like, to be able to really do well against these toughest bosses in the game now. And that's just not enough. Even with the dodge, if their dodge was start of turn, yeah, you know, you could take them against anyone but Broly and Android 13, and they'd be fine, right? But they're not getting their dodge until after they attack, which is just, it's just such horrendous design. Like, you know, I don't even... A lot of times people say I do nitpick units, which is sure. Like, I point out design flaws in character probably before I even suck the character's dick of how good they are, right? For sure. But this is an actual really bad flaw, right? It feels as though the devs don't even know, right? Like, like, dude, I swear, it feels like they think that you could just put them in slot 1 and they're getting the 50% chance to dodge right away. It does. Like, that's what I would have to take away from this, because why else would they give them this god-awful ability, right? Like, it's just terrible. And it's like, all they had to do to make this unit be super good, number one, you get rid of that garbage, right? You could even just give them an extra 50% defense at the start of turn. But more pressing, I think, is that they should have been a support. You look at the way Jason Birder and then the Rakumen Goldo work with Ginyu. They make Ginyu the best TUR in the game, right? Because it's like you run them together and then Ginyu's just invincible. He's got the support and the help he needs. Trunks and Goten, I think what they should have done has been a Rainbow Orb Changer. And I know that's a meme, I say that all the time, sure, right? Even though it is valid, right? Being a Rainbow Orb Changer is ridiculously good. But if Trunks and Goten were a Rainbow Orb Changer, that helps Majin Vegeta, who needs the 6 orbs. So all of a sudden, running them on the team would make sense, right? Maybe make them a little bit better, like not slot 1, but slot 3 or something like that. And they could be pretty good. Or, rather than an Orb Changer, just make them be Majin Buu Saga 3 key and 40% attack and defense. At the moment, we don't have one of those, right? We've got a lot of sort of like Buu Saga support type units, right? Physical Tien is one. The Super Saiyan Great Saiyan Man is one, although it's only 30% to Super Class Buu Saga allies, and then Deborah's Extreme Class Buu Saga allies. But we need one of these like 40% ones. I've been actually, the cord issues are returning lately. I haven't really had much problems in a while, but now I'm beginning to actually have some issues, as you guys can see here. Oh boy, you can't avoid this. I feel like the quality of these videos is better because I'm actually like on like a phone that's like wired, not like a screen like recording like app or something like that, right? And it's just, dude, these cords just go through so fast. I think it's because of the fact that I record 80 million videos a day, right? That's got to be it. Now this, 300k defense at the start of turn is looking pretty good there, considering they still have to build up quite a bit. We need, what, 3 dodges still at minimum? I actually lost track of how many attacks they've done. I think they still have a lot of building up they got to do, right? And their stats are starting to get pretty good. But it's like, it just takes a long time for them to build up. Almost too long, I would say. Okay, good, perfect. That's what dodge number 3. So we've got 3 dodges. We still need 2 more. Very difficult to completely get them built up. I also probably would not run them on the team unless there's a Vegeta as well, by the way. I feel like that's pretty important. That extra 50% attack and defense, just judging by what their start of turn, like turn 1 stats were, I'm just not really too impressed with what they're sort of like bringing to the table. Oh, we can get... Why don't we get this in the video, dude? Yeah, let's do that. Let's get Majin Vegeta's active skill. It's just so good, right? Any chance I get, like, a chance to throw this in the video? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and turn those off, and let's go ahead and play the final explosion. This is actually, right now, like, damn, LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's animations are incredible. There's so many good animations on Namek Goku. I actually probably could do, like, my top 10 favorite animations at this point, because there's just so many that are, like, so good, right? I think, like, LR Gogeta Blue and Vegito Blue from the 5th anniversary, they're still holds up, too, right? It's crazy.
貴様の片付け方が分かったぞ。やっとな。貴様を倒すには二度と修復できないよう粉々に吹っ飛ばすことだ。サラバダ、ブルマ、トランクス、そしてカカロット。
One minor flaw we could point out with Majin Vegeta as far as aesthetics go, I think that is one thing they did really nail. I think his animations are top notch. I think they look good. Final explosion animation is incredible. Like, a lot of it across the board, he's just an incredible looking unit, right? But it is a shame that they did not give him a KO screen. I think if you I mean, it's something you would see almost never, right? But if you finish the phase off with the final explosion, why didn't they show his, like, petrified form with the KO screen? That would have been sick, right? Like, I think people would have because that, dude, that's his legendary finish in Legends, right? You see the little, like, stone statue type thing that he becomes. That would have been really cool to see. Okay. After this turn, I believe we will be fully built up with Goten and Trunks. So, man, let me know what you guys think of them. I do certainly think that there's situations they could help in. Is there a red zone stage that they'd be really good in? Maybe Janemba. Janemba's tough at the start, though. I feel like Janemba, possibly. The only thing is that they're a bit at odds, because, you know, if you're running Majin Vegeta... Okay, if you're running Trunks and Goten, you probably want to be going up against, like, a physical phase. They did a lot of damage there. Give me one more dodge, one more, and we're fully built up now. Cool, okay. So next turn, we'll be able to see them at full power. I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head of a red zone stage where they'll be particularly good. I don't even really want to test them out in the red zone, honestly. I mean, we could. I don't know. I don't know. They're just... They are what they are, and that's a unit that's just not good enough turn 1, but they can definitely come into their own as time goes on, and they could be better. Because, like, next turn... We're going to look at their stats, and their stats are going to be very impressive, right? But we're going to be 11 turns into the fight, right? Like, that's the thing. Oftentimes, a lot of these red zone fights definitely can get to turn 11 very easily. But it's that level of difficulty usually, like, the whole way through. That's the problem. Like, red zone is just completely different. It is a long event. Stacking characters can be good in there, but like, it's not just like, oh, like the GT Legendary Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event, they start out pretty weak compared to top tier bosses in this game, and then they build up to strength level. I think the AGL Vegeta is actually still very intimidating. The AGL Final Flash Evolution Blue Vegeta at the end of the Legendary Vegeta event, he's still very tough, right? But if you have so long to build up that it gets easy. The event is easy. It's not like that over here, right? Over here, you know, I mean, in the red zone, you don't really have that time to build up. And, like, unless you're, like, a greatly stacking defensive character where you just have a lot of defensive tech right away, it can be a little bit spooky. Okay, so this is good, right? This is where they are crazy, because they're at 400k defense. They get another 50% defense after they attack. And they're getting 30% defense from their super attack effect, so they're rocking, what, 600k plus defense in slot 1? I could easily run them in slot 2, they're not going to get that 50% extra defense, but they're going to get a 50% chance to get an additional super attack in slot 2, right? So you guys can see, like, this turn, their numbers are impressive. No doubt about it. But I just feel like with the quirk of that, like, turn, like, slot 1 condition being terrible and how long it takes to get to this point where they're super good, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I think there will be some situations I can make use out of them, but for the most part, probably not. I'm going to put them in slot 2 for this turn, so we can potentially see them, like, triple super attack, rather than put them in slot 1, and they get the defense, but, like, it's not like it's going to visually show on screen, wowie zowie, 657k defense, oh my god, right? I wish you could see their defense after they super attack and stuff like that. That would be cool, right? If you could see those numbers, that would be very helpful for some of these units here. All right, so let's see what they do right here. So they're up to 6.77, and they could triple super, and their attack and defensive stats will go up every time they super. Like, this is good. This is a good turn. They only got 1 super. Okay. That was a lot of support, though. That was, what, 80% support right there? Between the Hybrid Saiyan support Trunks and then the Gifted Warrior support Goten. But, I mean, their numbers were certainly impressive, right? If they had, like, triple super, they would have been over a 7 million attack stat. Their defense is, like, again, 600k plus. It's difficult for me to hate on those type of numbers, those raw numbers, right? They're very good at that point, but it's just so deep into the fight. I think we'll get one more turn in here. And then after that, let's go ahead and... Actually, I think I'll just finish up. I feel like we've gotten a good look at what this unit is able to bring to the table, right? Early on, they're not too impressive. But the deeper we get into events, you know, we let them fully build up, fully spread their wings. They can, you know, start to get very good. But, you know, they do have a restriction. You know, you are meant to use him with a Vegeta on the team. That's something that's very important to keep in mind, right? You know, they've got a couple of restrictions sort of built into their kit. But the good news is that you can build, I think, a pretty reliable setup. Vegeta's team, getting them on here with, you know, potentially a good link part. Like, you know, you could run a full Gifted Warrior team here. So Tech Goten is supporting the entire team, and the entire team is getting, like, the 200% leader skill would look good. That's unfortunate. Think we should live? Oh, we did. Just barely. That's the power of a 200% team right there. We took a lot of damage right there. The good news... Oh, my God, did we ever... That was so close. Okay, let me do this. Let me just heal up the full. What is their defense on this turn? 400k. Okay. We'll leave them in slot 1. We'll let them get this attack set right here, and then we'll finish up. Let me know what you guys think of the banner unit, Trunks and Goten. They can be good. Dude, they just... That wasn't their passive that just activated like that. That's not what that was. So okay, let me show their build real fast. That wasn't the 50% chance to dodge. That was, I think they have 11 dodge is what they have. What is it that I've got on them? 12 dodge. Because with a banner unit like this, I'm not going to be using them too much. I didn't give them super mega premium equips. Dude, they've released so many STR units. I don't have many good STR silver equips. I don't. This is a unit that actually could make use out of that 5 dodge equip, so that's why I gave it to him. I don't think building this unit for dodge is what you want to do. But again, just to get an equip on them, I gave them that. And then, you know, okay, it's like, all right, since I'm doing this, I'll give them this gold one right here to actually give them something good right there, too. Again, I think dodge on units is a case-by-case basis. I really like the idea of giving it to Majin Vegeta or LR Janemba, but there's a lot of characters in the game who I think giving full dodge would be a bad idea. Someone like AGL Trunks, probably Tech Ultimate Gohan. He gets tanky so fast, like unbelievably tanky, that I feel like giving him the additionals probably is better, right? It's a case-by-case basis. This unit can utilize dodge, but I probably still wouldn't even recommend building them full dodge, although it did sort of help out there. So yeah, here was this Trunks and Goten unit. Alright, so this is friends joining a serious fight. Super Saiyan Trunks Kid and Super Saiyan Goten Kid. Their leader skills, the Gifted Warrior category, key 3 and 130% stats. Their super attack is the Victory Strike, which raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy. That, of course, is a 30% attack and defensive buff. Their passive skill is Pint-Sized Duo's True Strength. So this is where the sort of like major issue with the unit is. They get 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. For a bandit unit, that's fine. But then they get the additional 50% defense and then a high chance, 50% chance, to dodge the enemy's attack as the first attacker in a turn. That's where the unit has problems, is a lot of what they're doing is reliant upon the dodge mechanic, but it's flawed in that only half of the attacks in slot 1 can you actually dodge with them. If they just had like a 50% chance to dodge at the start of turn, they would be much better. If they had like a 70% chance to dodge, they'd be really good. That would allow you to safely run them in slot 1, you know, and if they were like a support, again, orbs, or, you know, just normal support, they potentially could even be like a solid slot 1 unit, and then Majin Vegeta in slot 2. Majin Vegeta is like borderline untouchable after he super attacks, right? So it's like, if you could, you know, somehow manage to get Majin Vegeta in slot 2 to block most of the attacks, you're going to be looking really good, right? Now, they get a high chance of launching an additional super attack, 50% chance, as the second or third attacker in a turn. That's a good part, right? Then they get 10% attack and defense up to a max of 50% with each attack performed, and then 10% attack and defense up to a max of 50% with each attack dodged. And then finally, they get 2 ki plus an additional 50% attack and defense if there's an ally whose name includes Vegeta on the team, and then you get a medium chance, a 30% chance to crit with a Vegeta in the turn. Now, one of the biggest things about this, right, I really shouldn't undersell this, is they are giving themselves 2 ki. That's very helpful. Even though they have, you know, several ki links, giving yourselves ki as a TUR really is powerful. It's one reason STR Kid Buu and Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku are so good. It is very difficult with them giving themselves ki as a TUR for them to miss super attacks, which really makes them perform even better, right? So that's a really good part of their kit. Their link set is Innocence, Super Saiyan, Prodigies, Budding Warrior, the Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. The only thing I'd say is I wish they had Prepare for Battle instead of Shocking Speed. That would work better with more of the Trunks and Goten units, but LR Trunks and Goten, who are very good, and I should do a 200% video on them, they have Shocking Speed, so this unit works really well with LR Trunks and Goten, right? 12 ki multiplier is 140%, which is fine. In terms of EZAs they would help on, there's Physical Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, Physical Cooler, and the Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So several EZAs. They can help you get Zennian, which is good. And then finally, they're on a number of category teams here. We have the Gifted Warrior category team, which is pretty solid and now has a 200% leader skill, sort of. Then they're over here on the Hybrid Saiyan team, which obviously is very good as well. Then right here, this is the Majin Buu Saga team, which is, I mean, just, they really never go away from the Buu Saga, right? It's just always, like, they're never, like, a huge gap of time before going to the Buu Saga. Dokkan Fest, Dokkan Fest, Dokkan Fest, right? Summonable LR, Dokkan Fest, Dokkan Fest. It's just so much, right? It's a lot right there. Then, of course, they're also on Joint Forces. Joint Forces is starting to get pretty damn good. They're over here on the Youth category team as well. Real quick, one thing about Joint Forces. Remember, you could run them on Joint Forces. You're probably running, you know, I don't know, the best units in the game. They would activate that passive ability for Trunks and Goten. Remember that? And then, of course, you know, again, Youth category they're on. Then they're also on the Super Saiyan category team right here. And then finally, they are on the Bond of Friendship category. So let me know what you guys think of this banner unit, Trunks and Goten. They're pretty good. They could look good in certain situations, but they do build up, I think, a little bit slow. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.